Hey guys, welcome to the shop. I'm going to attempt a little live video here, not live, but a little demonstration. This is rivet removal and replacement, a couple of tips and techniques that I've learned over the years. Number one, 90% of the time they may not look perfect, but they're probably better off the way they are than trying to remove them. You'll end up egging out the hole most of the time and making it worse. So here I've got one. I've already drilled the head off. I'm going to drill this one off too, and I think I can get it a little bit better. These are a little bit tough because they're in such a tight corner, and so I'm squeezing them and they're just a little bit hard to get to, and I just wasn't paying attention, and that one set a little bit high, and I think that was the same problem on that one. So I'm going to drill the head off of this one and show you how to do that. You want to try to just drill far enough, and then I'm going to lean the drill bit over, which looks like unorthodox, like you're going to bend or break the bit, but that's how you do it. It works pretty good most of the time. Once in a while you'll end up going clear through and it'll push the whole stem of the rivet out, which is fine, but you're probably hogging out the hole. So we'll try that right now, see how we go. I'm going to steer the bit to make sure it's in the center. Try not to walk off like that. And I stop right away and look at it to try and make sure that the hole's starting in the center of the head. And then you can steer the bit just to keep it nice and centered. And these are 4/26, 3.5. And so it doesn't take much. And it's real hard to tell, and you usually have to start leaning the bit around to see if it catches the edge. And that's what you're going for. There we go. So it has popped it off. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just the head with the hole in the center. So that leaves the stem in there. Then the next little trick, and the second part of this of removing rivets is most of the time, go ahead and finish them. If you know you just set a bad one, don't take it out right away unless you're just about finished, because having rivets set around it are going to help hold things together and keep it from shifting around and make it easier to remove the bad one and replace it. So just keep going, leave it for the end and do it as the last step. So now to remove them, I'm using the spring-loaded center punch, and I'm going to put a bucking bar behind there to keep from deforming the structure underneath of it. I'm not setting it on the rivet, I'm setting it on the structure right next to the rivet. So underneath it here on the right next to the bucktail, and it's going to be kind of hard to feel this, but I'm just setting it up next to the bucktail. And I think I'm in the right spot there, and then and you can kind of hear it, the sound change as it's pushing it out. And look under there and make sure I'm not sitting right on top of it, which I probably was. You could do this without the bucking bar underneath of there, but it just helps pop it out, I think. This one's being a little bit stubborn. And it's going through this is 40 thousandths. I had to make these because I didn't get them, and so it's just a tiny bit thicker than what it's called for. And then it's going through the spar, and then it's going through the skin and then through the spar. So that's what's going on there. And so the more and fatter the structure is, the harder it's going to be to get that out of there. It wants to stay in there because it's swelled in the hole when you set it, which is what it's supposed to do. this one. Yeah, this one either didn't. I could have maybe drilled just a little bit more. It ought to be pulling out of there. I think it's moving. Normally doesn't take anywhere near this much effort. I think you get the idea. I'm going to work on this a little bit off camera and make sure I got it drilled enough around here. But look for the center hole in the rivet head that you're going to drill out. If it's still real visible, you might be able to just put the drill bit on there and start drilling. Otherwise, I like to use the punch. Find the center of the rivet head and go ahead and punch it to give yourself a little bit better starting point. Leave them till the end. Just try to pop off the head and leave the bucktail and the stem in there, and then put the bucking bar behind it to help support the structure on the back side. That's the tip for the day. See you next time.